Alright, welcome back to Relics of Hyrule, the series. This is episode 60, and we're going to do something really special today. We're going to make use of these 8 charred fragments that I have. But first, I want to catch up with a lot of smithing. I'm at Palestone Camp on Solstheim, because Palestone Camp has Tremendous Forge and an Ancient Enchanter. I don't want to have to travel across Skyrim to just find one or both. So let's start with the Ancient Enchanter, see what we can make with the stuff that's in our inventory. Magic Container, we can make a Magic Container, so let's do that. And a Magic Container is like a heart container. It will fortify my Magicka by 100 points. Boom. Of course it's supposed to leave my inventory, but at least I can't use it twice. Oh, hey. That's fine. Okay, so that's that. Oh, I'm leveled up. I leveled up. Let's do some leveling up. Yeah, let's do stamina, because that's really, it's the worst one at this point. And let's do that. Let's overflow. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's look. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's see what we can do with this. Pretty much nothing. Okay, let's see. We can make light essence. So let's do that. Oh, and we can awaken the Master Sword, which is nice. So let's do that. Let's awaken the Master Sword. We can make a Dark Shield. We don't really want to do that. And we can make a Tempered Sword. So let's make a Tempered Sword, since we have a Noble Sword. We'll make a Tempered Sword. Oh, well, that's not supposed to be in there yet. Key of Twilight. We already have one of those. Okay. Noble Sword, Phantom Sword, Respite Container. We don't have enough Sand of Hours to do that. Where's my Scissor Beetle chitin? I know I had some. I think I might have put it away. Well, we just made the Tempered Sword, so I'll show that. I'll show you the Tempered Sword. There's the Master Sword, the Awakened Master Sword, and that's the Power Sword. I wanted the Tempered Sword, which is down here. Alright. So the Awakened Master Sword, it's cleaned up. It's not quite as tarnished looking. It's stronger and it moves faster. Here's the Master Sword. It's still not all the way. There's still another step that it needs. And the Tempered Sword is reforged from the Noble Sword, and it deals fire damage like a Goron weapon. There you go. So this is essentially like a Goron sword. There's another step for the Tempered Sword. Does it have a scabbard? Yes. That's a scabbard for it. There is another step for it, and we can make the the Golden Sword with it. Ooh, Gold Triangle. Gotta make one of those. Okay. Let's make... There we go. And let's go +1 Deku Shield. We can make it a Ring of Ikana and then convert it into a... Oh, god damn it. Oh, this is not good. This is very not good. Ah, jeez. How many are there? There's 4. Ah. Alright, let's see, oh, that's not good. Okay, let's summon the Great Fairy. I swear, if they came and attacked, and then just fly away, I'm gonna be so annoyed with them. I mean, I can't craft while they're here. Where did the Great Fairy go? Okay, I'm gonna bring you back once I'm dealt with these guys. Okay, I managed to get away from Palestone Camp. Hopefully the dragons will be gone by the time I get back. Decided to go to Raven Rock to get some netch leather, and went to the Retching Netch. There's no netch leather in here, but I realized that there's this guy.
Ours is to smile at your passing.
What do you mean by that? So remember Itnamzan. I think I still have the journals. Do I? No. Arafal's journal, he mentioned the Argonian archer that was thrown overboard. This is him. He's in the Retching Netch in 6.5, version 6.5. You'll be able to find Delectrin in the Retching Netch. And he's going to be our second follower.
We are in this together, yes?
Yes, we are, Delectrin. Yes, we are. Okay, yeah, I had a ton of stuff in that forge chest over there. So I took it all out. Delectrin's holding it now. And I'm going to use the smelter here since I'm here. Because there's a few things I can do. I can combine, there it is. So if I have 2 orichalcum bars and a steel bar, I can make the blade blank. So I'm going to make the blade blank. And I already made the blade blank. I don't think I can do anything else in here, but I might be able to go over here with the blade blank. Can I make it yet? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I can't do anything more with the Turbine Forge. I need level 65 smithing to keep working on the Locomo sword. At least level 60 so I can make some more things. I've made all I can with the smithing that I have. I've got through the blade blank. That's as far as I've gotten. I don't think there's much of anything else I can do here. Scissor Beetle weapons are not that strong. Scissor Beetle light shield should be light armor, now that I look at that. Should be light armor. Scissor Beetle bow isn't as strong as the one I have. I could make a set of Scissor Beetle arrows, but at this point, this would be a decent bet, the Scissor Beetle staff. I think I might just make that. But I don't really need it, that's the thing. Because the Zora Halberd is doing so well. I wonder if you... Let's see, what kind of weapon do you have? 88? I could give you a War Axe. That would... I'll give him a Scissor Beetle... Because I know this will be 89 if I improve it. I could improve it even more. So let's give him a Scissor Beetle War Axe. And I'm going to drink a fortified smithing potion. And I need an iron ingot, which I'm sure there's one in that forge chest. There has to be one in here. Oh my god, there isn't. Oh, there's iron ore. See? There is one in there. It's just unprocessed. And I gotta very quickly pop my way over here. Make that iron ingot. No, I actually do want to make it. Thank you. And then jump. No, I'm not gonna make it. Nice. Alright, Scissor Beetle War Axe, 98. Which is 10 points better than the thing you have. So here, have this Scissor Beetle War Axe. You can keep that longsword for whatever you want, but this is pretty dang good for what you have. There you go. Better than new. Okay. I'm going to leave the stuff that's in the forge chest in the forge chest. It's just corundum. I took all the good stuff out. And I think he's holding some of it, isn't he? No, he's just holding netch leather. Which, actually, I'll make Golpo's bone mold. One more, whoop. So I know I have a lot of Skulltula Titan. I wonder if there's anything I can make. Let's see, where's the Skulltula Titan? There's Skulltula Titan, and then there's gold Skulltula Titan. Gold Skulltula Titan. Gold. Where'd I put the gold Skulltula Titan? Oh, it's on Solstein. God damn it, Ross. Let's see what we can make. Ooh, we can make everything. Obviously, gold Skulltula Titan armor is stronger. I don't think. Well, I'm wearing the Fierce Deity's armor. Actually, it's not that different. We could improve the scissor beetle. Not scissor. I don't really need it. But it is nice that it exists. Alright, let's put that away. And then we will head to Kakariko Chapel. I really do want to make the Bigoron sword. I need one more Giant's Ingot. We'll find one eventually. I'm sure they're floating around in Falmer hives. I forget the last guaranteed Falmer hive. I'm not gonna waste time with that right now. But it will be once we get our stuff together. I will start heading out to do that. Okay. Let's see. It's not Nehru, and it's not Din. It's Faror. So let's see what this set of charred fragments gives us if we pray to Faror. The Triforce of Emotion. Now I know what you're thinking. Jake Halnad, there is no such thing as the Triforce of Emotion. You're crazy. What have you done? Well, random person, I will show you the Triforce of Emotion, and then you'll be like, oh, well, that still doesn't make any sense. Okay, here's the Triforce of Wisdom. Anytime now. There it is. Triforce of Wisdom. Here's the Triforce of Emotion. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you with it? Are you hip to the Jeeves? That's not a phrase. Alright. So, for Relics of Hyrule, I wanted both Triforces. I wanted the Hylian Triforce and what I call the Lowlian Triforce. Because, to me, the adjectives Hyrulean and Lowrulean don't sound right. I prefer Hylian and Lowlian, and I know Lowlian, if you spell it out, it has LOL in it. It's spelled Lolian, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that because I'm trying to think of another thing that you could misconstrue to be bad like that. But it's not, and it's not bad. It's not a negative connotation. But anyway, whatever. I had to come up with virtues for the three Triforces of the Lowlian Triforce, because it didn't make sense for the Lowlian Triforce to have the same virtues, wisdom, power, and wisdom, courage, as the Hylian Triforce. So I was like, okay, what are some counterparts, not opposites, but what are some counterparts for the Triforce of Emotion, and what colors, Triforce of Low Rule, and what colors would they associate with? So first I made the colors. I'm like, okay, the counterpart to the RGB, that the red, green, and blue that make up the Hylian Triforce, what would be the opposites of those? Red, green, and blue are the colors of light that make white. So I thought, okay, well, there's another system of colors, cyan, yellow, and magenta. Those make white as well. Cyan is the counterpart to red. Yellow is the counterpart to magenta. To blue, sorry. Right? Yellow's blue, and cyan is magenta. No, cyan is red, yellow's blue, and magenta is green. Green, there it is. Okay. So I'm like, okay, there are the colors. And then I looked at the colors, and I'm like, now wait a second. And I drew inspiration from, of all things, Pokemon, the Lake Trio of Sinnoh. And so I was like, okay, well, what do those three represent? Mesprit is the magenta, the pink-colored imp from the Lake Trio, and Mesprit represents emotion. So I made the Triforce of Emotion magenta as a counterpart to green for courage. So emotion is a counterpart to courage, and that fits the lore of Link Between Worlds, because who dressed in, like, if you know the story of A Link Between Worlds, pink magenta is the counterpart opposite to green. Who wears green, who wears pink magenta, that sort of thing. Then you get it, and it fits perfectly. And you can argue that that person who you think of, I don't want to give it away, the person who is that counterpart is functioning under emotion, and then the other guy who's wearing green is functioning under courage. So like emotion drives the counterpart's life, and courage drives green guy's life. So then it just naturally fell into place. The counterpart to wisdom is knowledge. They work together. They're not opposites, but you can be wise without having any. Well, no, you can't be wise without having any knowledge, and you can have knowledge without being wise, but they're different. So like wisdom is decision making, knowledge is just pure knowledge. And then willpower, that's Azelf, blue, cyan, yellow was knowledge, Yuxi, and willpower is a perfect counterpart to power. Power is just like brute force. Willpower is like mental fortitude. So it makes sense. Everything fell into place. It fit perfectly. The colors of the Lake Trio, the colors of that are associated with that I just made up. I just was like, let's invert the colors. There it goes. Oh, that's perfect. And it was just this perfect serendipity. So I took a little bit out of Pokemon lore to work with Zelda lore, and it just worked perfectly. Triforce of Emotion fortifies a lot of skills by 50%. Speechcraft, illusion, destruction, restoration, stamina regeneration, which is really great. So it's going to fortify a lot of our skills, which is great. It works well with the Triforce of Wisdom that we already have. And you may have noticed it gave us 2 spells. One is Hylia's Contract. This will replace all of my rupees with gold equivalents. And that means, geez, I'm gonna get a ton of money. These are valued at 100, these are valued at 2,000, so it's gonna give us that value, 1,500. But the rapport is gonna subtract 100. So the rupor is better to just sell to normal vendors. But if you sell a rupee to a normal vendor, you're gonna get a clunky price. Hylia's contract is a 1-to-1, so it'll give you the full value. And then Hylia's depression seems like it's pointless. 15 seconds, slows time and your movement. It ravages your magicka and stamina, but it reduces damage dealt and received, and it fortifies your magic resistance. Okay. Now, if we've done all that, let's go back to the Shattered Lands and open the Mirror of Twilight, and that will be the end of this episode. Oh yeah, this is new for 6.5. The Phantom Hourglass has a little platform now. It doesn't sit on it, it just floats above it still. Okay. On the roof, that's the Mirror of Twilight. This is a Twilight control pedestal right there. I have the Key of Twilight. I'm going to open the Mirror of Twilight, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here, because I'm going to record this for the updated Itnamzan trailer. So I'm going to put it in there and then do some console commands and zoom out. So here goes nothing. Oh wait, no, I'm just going to stand right here and look at it. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, here we go. Oh, tee up. Okay. Hopefully that worked, because the reason why I had to do that so quickly is because this cannot be removed. I've been trying to make it so that you can remove it, but it just hasn't worked. You used to be able to remove it, but instead of adding the Key of Twilight to your inventory, it added a control cube from Enchardak. So that's not good. I wish I could make it close the Mirror of Twilight like it used to, but just not going to happen unless I figure it out somehow. It doesn't really matter. You only need one Key of Twilight. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to show you the Ruptured Towers. This is basically the end game of Relics of Hyrule. Relics of Hyrule doesn't really have a goal. If you want to think of it this way, the Ruptured Towers lead you to the quote-unquote goal of the mod, but it's not really. The goal is to collect all. The goal is to have fun, but you can think of the goal as doing what you need to do in the Ruptured Towers, and you can consider the final boss of the Ruptured Towers as the final boss of the mod, and I do consider him the final boss of the mod. So basically what I'm saying is this is where the final boss of the mod is. We haven't finished. I'm not going to stop the series after we're finished with the Ruptured Towers, because we haven't been everywhere. We haven't been to every secret grotto. We haven't been to Lost Sky Crater. And even we'll have to come back to the Ruptured Towers, because there's something else in the Ruptured Towers that we're not finished with yet. So yeah, this is technically the end game. The next few episodes will be me running through it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. If you crash, like I said, slightly annoyed. Oh, there it goes. Here it is. There we go. Okay. This is new for 6.5. This bridge here, it gradually introduces you to the Ruptured Tower. So, the way things are, there's the Mirror of Twilight. It's a Twilight portal. Get it? It actually is green. Or cyan. It's a Twilight portal. Here you go. Yeah, see how green it is? See how cyan it is? There we go, yeah. Twilight Portal. And there's the staircase made up of the Mirror of Twilight, and you can go back to the Shattered Lands if you go up that way. The sky looks weird. You'll notice I'm standing on an apocryphal platform. Keep that in mind. There are 9 towers. This one is 6.5. We won't be able to see it today because I'm not... I won't be able to see it in the next few episodes because I'm not finished with it yet, but it is going to be finished for 6.5. So when we return to Ruptured Towers, we'll be able to do that one. There's another one that'll come out in 6.5 later. That's the last one. That's the final boss tower. This is the Fire Tower. That is the Forest Tower. Do you see where I'm going with this? And those of you who have played through the mod before, you'll know that the Mirror of Twilight used to open up right above this version of the Temple of Time. That's new for 6.5, is the gold windows and the 6-pointed star for that. That is the Circle of Tomes. That's a fast travel nexus for the Ruptured Towers. That is Crisis. It's another 6.5 tower. It's the wind-themed tower. Behind the Fire Tower, Don't Want to Fall. That was almost terrible. Behind the Fire Tower... Oh, that one's Lost. That's a Shadow Tower. That is... It's never rendered properly, but that is Anguish, the Water Tower. There's a apocryphal book there. I wonder if we can see any more. Ooh, Bonflower Buds. Jeez. One of these days I might just rebuild the exterior to Anguish, because it's just horrible. There's Misery. That is the spirit-themed tower. And there is another one that's not rendering beyond Misery. Fire Tower looked great. It's always looked great. And this one looks pretty good too. Okay. We're in the Ruptured Towers. I will hopefully have found the last bit of the Bigoron Sword. I want to have the Bigoron Sword before I do this, for some reason. So, for the next episode, we're going to run through the dungeon that has the last Bigoron Sword piece. We're going to finish the Bigoron Sword, hopefully, if I have the skill, which I may not. It renders properly there, but not from in front of the Forest Tower. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, thank you for watching. We will be starting this in episode 61, with or without the Bigoron Sword. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the mod. As you can see, things are about to get so real. So real. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.